good day. I would say I've got a little helper, but I think there's either a mouse or possibly a frog out and about, and Georgie here has been keeping an eye and is still keeping an eye. What you doing? Are you looking for something? Are you? Said, yeah, well, I'll sniff the watering can, pretend I'm doing that. Which of course is what cats often do. They just pretend they're doing something else when they get caught in the act. But as you can most probably see from the sunshine coming off the chard, or through the chard, in front of Georgie, and in fact the colour of the sun on Georgie's fur, it's really rather gorgeously sunny. What are you saying, Georgie? I think there might be something over there. I might have to go and have a look at it. Oh, bless. Quite a few people have commented how good the plot is looking, and I just can't. I mean, it's not. It's just not. You know, there's beds which need a lot of weeding. These two beds are going to have our brassicas in shortly, or the Kimmy Durappa and the garlic kale. They're going to be going in here, and it needs a good weed. But you know what? I'm going to get on with that now. Are you going to help Georgie? Or are you going to do something else? He's obviously sort of thinking about doing something else. What are you saying? What are you saying, little sausage? What are you saying, little sausage? You are a little sausage. Look, you are a little sausage. Oh, it says, oh, that's my tummy. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's lovely on my tummy. Oh, it says I can show you my bottom. I can show you my bottom. Oh, we don't want your bottom on camera, though. We don't want your bottom on camera. No, we don't. No, we don't. Oh, gosh, I could do this for hours. I think Georgie could do this for hours, too. That's my glove. That's my glove. Oh, I think I'm going to have to... Oh, look at that. Oh, it says that's lovely. Oh, it says that's lovely. Oh, I think I'm going to pick him up. See you in a minute. Oh. So we just had about 5 minutes of cuddles. I picked him up, which he rather likes. So we walked around the plot, and I was saying to him, you know, it's not that tidy. I mean, look at all that mess over there by the compost bins. And I think I'm going to be taking those cardoons out soon, laying them at the back because there's most probably insects in them, but they're going to be coming out. I need to sort out that front area. Oh, lots to do. And look at the grass. The grass needs trimming again. It really does. And what is it now? It's the middle of October, so I suppose that's sort of normal. Anyway, I am going to do a few things now. Not that many, but just get in here and pull out some of the bigger flowering plants in here. The verbascum, which I meant to do ages ago. That's the big silver leaf there. Then there's the lemon balm. This is a forget-me-not coming here. There's a buddleia that has self-seeded over here, this one. So I'm going to pot that one up. These other verbascum can come out, and the rest of the bed can just be given a good weed. There's feverfew here and here, calendula. So yeah, those need to come out. So that's what I'm going to get on and do. Oh, look, Squirrel and Georgie. I'd be careful, Mr. Squirrel. I'd be careful. Georgie says, oh no, I'm not that interested. Not that interested, thankfully. Oh, I did want to just show you something. I was given another buddleia earlier in the year, and I just want to look at it. Have you seen this one? Maybe you've seen it. It's just glorious, really is. Definitely want to take cuttings from this one. Anyway, cuttings will wait for another day. I hope Georgie's going to help me start work on this bed. Not sure how much we'll get done today. As you can see from the darker areas of disturbed soil, I've been hoiking various plants out, and as I was putting them in, which is further up here, you can see the mess of the plot as well. And now this fruit bed, will I ever get it free of couch grass? I have no idea. But anyway, when I was up here putting things in, like the verbascum here, I thought, you know what, I wanted to sort of complete-ish a job today, so I started weeding that bed over there. We'll have a look at that in a moment, but hopefully you can see here the garlic is growing. Yeah, I think all of them are above ground now. I think all of them, even the tiniest clove. Anyway, yes, so I came over here because I wanted to put the lemon balm in the corner here. I put a couple more verbascum and some feverfew into this bed, which is going to be a complete flower bed. And as I started doing what I was doing, I thought, you know what, you might as well weed this bed, Paul. And I mean, weeding that I've done here is imperfect. I can still see some weeds, but actually the vast majority of what you can see in here is Nigella or forget-me-nots beginning to come through, which I'll let grow. And with my fingers I've just been picking out weeds. There's a few more to do over there, but that's all I'm going to do today. I feel quite exhausted already this week. It's quite mad, but yeah, a job imperfectly done. But can we ever get a job perfectly done? Not in my book. I think if I was ever going to start a YouTube channel on gardening and growing and allotmenteering again, it would be called either Gardening Imperfectly or Growing Imperfectly, because that's basically what 99.9% of us do. We do what we can to keep our plots, our gardens and our growing spaces going, and it also keeps us growing and going as well. You know, it's really, it does. Even in the, I mean, at the moment I'm still trying to find my mojo. I keep on putting my hand out and saying, is it there, is it there? And it's not, but I'm still managing to come down here and get a few jobs done. There's so much that needs doing on the plot. There really is so much that needs doing. But weeding actually the beds that I want to utilize next year is a job worth doing. It really is, you know, and within a couple of weeks I will be hand weeding the garlic because they're going to need hand weeding. So if I can start keeping on top of some of the beds and just finger weeding out the weeds that I don't want and just keep in the plants that I do want, maybe month by month or half month by half month another bed gets done, and that's another bed that I can keep on top of, or try and keep on top of. Yeah, gardening imperfectly, it really is what we do. It really is. You know, you've got the fantastic Gardeners World gardeners and show gardens and all of that, but actually for many of us, for most of us, the vast majority of us, getting down here, getting a few jobs done imperfectly is better than not getting down and getting any jobs done at all. And on that, I'm going to leave it here for today. I'm quite pleased with the job I've done. On camera, it most probably doesn't look much. In my head, it feels good to have done what I've done, and my knees know I have done what I have done, and Vivi knows exactly what I mean when I say that. So yeah, that's where I'm leaving it today. Tomorrow, it's Wednesday, sorry, it's Wednesday, and I was at For Earth's Sake on Saturday. I had a busy day on Sunday. I was at For Earth's Sake on Tuesday. I'm going to be at For Earth's Sake again on Saturday. I've got our AGM here on Saturday, or not here, but in the charities hall, large community hall on Saturday. So it's quite a busy week, and I am exhausted. I really am. So I didn't sleep well last night. I woke up at 3:30 and I sort of saw through till about 6 o'clock, and then went to sleep, and the alarm clock woke us up at 7 because Richard sets the alarm at 7. So yeah, there we are. Anyway, waffling, and at least I had some fabulous time with Georgie as well, which was lovely. See you very soon for more Gardening Imperfectly. Bye. Good day. We've come to Osterley House to walk around the grounds. We'll be coming back that way and walking all around. Oh look, there's cattle up there. But they've got a sign over here. I'm going all around over here, just on the other side of that wall there, which says about leaf bingo. And we got to this tree to look at this the leaves, and it's not on their board. This is a oriental plane, and it's really, I mean, it's huge. As we got up to it, or as we go up to it, it's got these seed pods. Look, you see those? They're rather fabulous, or a bit like an old man's clackers. I'm not quite sure which, but yeah, pretty weird. And there's so many of them. Look, so many of them. Look up here. Wow. And it's huge. Look, this branch here has, I guess, fallen or grown down this way. Maybe grown down this way. Incredibly majestic. I mean, if we come over here, there's Richard over there. We come over here, I don't think there's a break in the bough. No. So I think it just grew and they let it grow down. Gosh, look at the sun coming through there. Rather fabulous. Look at that trunk. Oh, it's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Platanus orientalis. Oriental plane. Wow. Wonder how old that is. It's interesting actually, because all the branches, I mean, we can see they've cut a branch there, but all the branches are on that side. So I don't think it's a particularly well balanced tree, but it's gorgeous. Anyway, we're going down there. I think you've been here, well, you've definitely been here with us before. you may not have been watching, or you may not have been with us then, but yeah, this is Osterley House and Gardens and Park. So this is actually National Trust. The park is open to the public, but this is the grounds of the house, which is there. There's a little entrance just off here where you come in and you show your National Trust pass, or you buy a ticket. I'm not sure. I think gardens, what we're doing now is about, I don't know. I thought I saw it was £7, but maybe it's not. But obviously if you're a National Trust member, it's included in the annual membership. And then we're just going to come, oh, look at all of those dangly things on there. Can you see them? Lots of dangly things. It's all about dangly things today. Mind you, I suppose it's that time of year, isn't it? It's that time of year where there's lots of seeds. There's people working over there. I know they've got volunteers here who garden. And they've obviously got most probably a paid gardener as well, but various volunteers. There's the sort of orangery over there. But we're going to go down here, well, along this path, and then we'll go down. Yeah, so we're going to be going down there. I'll pick up when we're over there. More dangly things here. Look at that leaf, fabulous. This is a foxglove tree. Bit of dead wood up there. Oh, I'd love to get up there and get that out. Oh, look up there. Hope it's not, the phone's not creaking too much. But yeah, that's rather splendid, rather lovely. Anyway, there's Richard doing a scan through over there. That's where we're going. That's where the sort of formal plant garden is, beds and vegetable garden. Chiming 11 o'clock. This is, well, I suppose it's right at the end of the season, isn't it? So I guess they've been doing some work on here, cutting things down and clearing things. So it's quite sparse. A few flowers, but not many. When we come through here, where Richard is, and this is the vegetable growing area. Oh look, there's some quince, I think they are, on the ground. But yeah, look, there's lots of, actually it looks like a real mix, doesn't it? This looks like an ornamental bed rather than a vegetable bed this year. Yeah, in fact that one is over there as well. This one, maybe they're growing a few. Look, there's some courgettes, there's some beans. Oh, look at this. Is this the is it physalis? Not syphilis, but physalis, I think. And look, there's a, you see that ladybird in there? Nicotiana. Yeah, gosh. Lots of tidying. Canna lily in there. Gosh, this is unusual because it's usually, oh, there's more vegetables usually. This is that one that I always forget. Is it amaranth? The red is amaranth, I think. You've seen nasturtiums at the edge. Interesting, quite different to how it was a few years ago. There we are. Things change. And that's the back of the orangery that we were looking at a minute ago. If I spin around here, there's a border there, which is rather lovely. Anyway, unless we see anything else, I'm going to leave it here for this segment of a week at the plot. I can't see any squash in there actually forming, but maybe they've harvested them. Anyway, see you soon. Bye. Good day. I saw that there was a gap in the rain forecast in the weather app that I have, so I thought I would come down, and for once I think I've come down just at the right moment. I was quite surprised over here. Our new plot neighbours who used to be over there, who've moved here, I thought they've cut down a whole load of nettles, and cut them right back, which is their prerogative. It's their area of land. I think I'd have just left it a bit longer for butterflies and other insects, but clearly they're clearing the ground here, and I think they're changing the style of beds. I think they're going to have much more where the beds were really quite formal, like Charles Dowding has. I think they're changing the style of beds, which again is totally their prerogative. So yeah, but yeah, things change. Things change. It's funny, but I had an inkling a couple of weeks ago about the everlasting, so therefore it's perennial sweet pea. Oh, hello, Mr. Magpie. The magpie on a post. The perennial sweet pea that is in that hedge, and I have been told by another plotter that you can only propagate it via root cuttings. And the roots are in the middle of that hedge where there's roses, bush roses, hedge roses, and all of the nettles and various other things. And it's really difficult to get to the root, or I think it will be difficult to get to the root. So when I saw seeds, as I've seen every single year that I've been here, I decided that I was going to pick the seeds. So I picked these seed pods a couple of years ago. And I'm really glad that I did, because in coming in today I see that the sweet pea has been cut back, and I think it will survive. I don't think they've done anything wrong, but I don't know, I just feel a little bit disappointed that that's happened, and I shouldn't, because it's not my responsibility. It's not a communal area of the site. It's completely their plot, and they can do on the plot sort of as they wish. But I'm really glad that I took these pods, because I am going to sow these seeds. Not today. I'm really exhausted from the week that I've had. I was at First yesterday for the Joanna Wildlife Hospital launch, which was in the orchard and also in the Great Green Barn. And I'm just pretty exhausted this week. And I think there's quite a lot that is sort of catching up with me of the intensity of the last few months of opening a new venue, programming it, you know, all of that. To other people it may sound really, really simple, and I'm sure for other people it most probably is, but for me it's been sort of quite intensive, as well as sort of getting on with a week at the plot and Sunday chat and, you know, other things, living life. Yeah, you know, I feel pretty exhausted today. So yeah, I don't know what it is. Change is often challenging. You know, I mean, I really do miss the plot neighbours we used to have here. Our new plot neighbours are absolutely lovely, they really are, which makes what I say rather odd, because I really miss the plot neighbours that I've had here for 7 or 8 years, and I can't really put my finger on it. I really can't. Maybe they and I used to grow in a sort of more similar way. I don't know, but yeah, I miss them. They're sort of happy and doing their own thing in Belgium, and hopefully we'll get over there at some point. But yeah, isn't it funny how change can really, I don't know, it can sort of stymie you, as my dad would say. You know, it can hold you back, not hold you back, it can stop you in your tracks sometimes and make you sort of ponder why you're pondering such things. I was talking to Richard, I was reading a book this morning, and something came up about a funeral, and I said something to Richard about Mum's funeral, which was, you know, over a year ago now, and he went, I don't even know why you're thinking that. And I said, well, I'm thinking it because I've just read this in a book, and it's something, it made me think about Mum's funeral, and that sort of, I don't really understand why that happened, and I mean, not her funeral, but I'm waffling, I'm rambling. But change, it can dumbfound and stymie you. It really can, or certainly me. So I'm glad now, very glad, that I took those sweet pea seeds, the perennial sweet pea seeds. Will they germinate? I have no idea. If they don't germinate and grow on, then they will do as well as other sweet peas that I have grown, because I am not... Sweet peas are not like radish, they're a bête noire of mine. I just don't seem to be able to grow them. And Rachel Detain, we watched a bit of Gardener's World the other day. I think I might watch the beginning of it, because I didn't see the first half an hour. It was her really at her allotment and a few other sort of segments. Not quite sure why it was her rather than Monty Don, but you know, that was fine. And I quite enjoyed what we saw of her in the greenhouse, lean-to of her house, I assume, I don't know. But I enjoyed that, so I might watch the rest this afternoon. I realise I'm rambling again. But she was sowing sweet peas, and she was saying, you know, sow some now, sow some in the spring. If the ones that you sow now don't come off, then, you know, so be it. You're sowing in the spring as well. And if the ones that you sow in the spring do well, then you've got, you know, you can give them away. You've got double the amount of plants. So I think I will give these perennial sweet peas a go, even though I've been told by a horticulturalist that they're unlikely to germinate. I mean, I sort of wonder, why does a plant create seeds if they aren't fertile? But that does happen. You know, it's what a funny world we live in. Anyway, another change. We had our AGM yesterday for the Allotment Association, and so it was a busy day. It was a launch in the morning in Guildford, or south of Guildford in Shamley Green, for this wildlife hospital. Then we had the AGM in the afternoon, of which I was just giving a report as treasurer, and I'm now not a committee member. I'm now formally not a committee member. So
our year end is like September is our year end for the allotment association. So really my committee membership fell off at the end of September, but yesterday, which was our AGM, that's when the new committee gets voted for the coming year. So basically I am no longer the new committee members, and old committee members that were restanding, they have all been voted back onto the committee. That committee will take things forward now, and I will just be asked questions if they need to ask me any questions, and I will just be able to get on and do my plot here and interact. And I'm going to be doing the working parties still, or most of them. That will tail off this year. Somebody else will need to take that over. So yeah, a sort of, I woke up this morning and I thought, yay, I'm no longer a committee member. And I've enjoyed the 6 years as chair, I think 7 years as a committee member. I've enjoyed that, no doubt about it. But it was definitely time for me to step down. One of our tenants did question something last week, and I sort of I said, well, it's something you're going to need to take to the new committee, because I can only give you my view as a tenant, and you might not like to hear my view as a tenant, so maybe just take it to the committee. So yeah, there we are. I continue to be nice and polite to as many people as possible, but sometimes when I think, people are taking the mickey, it's sort of like, actually, if you want to hear what I have to say, I will. If you want an answer to that question, I will give you an answer to that question, though it may not be the answer that you want. So there we are. Anyway, rambling. It's spitting at the moment. I think it's going to be like that for most of this Sunday. And I needed to come down because I hadn't been down here since Wednesday, I think. Was it Wednesday? So I watered the poly in the greenhouse on Wednesday, and I haven't watered since. Now obviously we're in autumn now, and we're sort of heading, it seems quite swiftly, towards it being rather wet. But of course that means that the poly won't be wet, and over the past few days it's been quite warm, so of course the poly gets warmer, it gets hotter than ambient temperature when the sun is out. So this bed will dry out, as will things in the greenhouse. So it's really important to make sure you do keep on top of watering, because you might think, oh, it's all sodden outside, but inside, yeah, things need watering. So do keep an eye on that if you've got a poly, a greenhouse, or even a grow house. If you've got a grow house, a standard grow house, unlike ours with mesh at the top, rainwater is not going to get in there unless you have mesh at the top. So do keep on top of anything that you may have in a grow house as well. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. I can see a little proliferation of snails beginning in the poly. I can see 3 over there. I'm going to gently remove them from the poly. They're on the side of the poly, inside of the poly. I'm going to gently remove them and pop them onto our compost heap behind. If they want to come back, they can come back, but I'll just find them again and put them back over there, so they're best to stay over there. So yeah, I'm rambling. I'm going to leave it there. If you do have any comments, any questions, please do put them down below. And as per usual, if you're on Planet Vegetaria, there'll be segments of a week at the plot as we go through next week. And if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be another upload in a week's time. If the weather is dry, I hope to be able to get in our brassicas next week, because they really do need to go in. So we will see. Whatever is happening in your garden, your growing space, or your allotment, I hope you are gaining pleasure from it, and I hope you're neither too wet nor too dry. See you very soon. Bye, and happy growing.